In this video, I want to talk about my process for planning and setting goals. Hey, what's up? I'm Mark Bellini, and I'm all about achieving financial independence through real estate investing and online business. So if you're new to the channel and you're looking to achieve financial freedom for yourself, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. It really does help me out, and I'll keep cranking out these videos. Writing down my goals has not been a regular practice of mine until the last few years. And I didn't learn how to do it in high school. I didn't learn how to do it in college. I just kind of did what people expected of me. You go to college, or you go to high school, get your degree, you go to college, get your diploma, go get your job. And then at that point, there's no one really pushing you to, reach something beyond that. They just kind of expect you to get your college degree and get a job, but that's kind of about it. So after that, it's really up to you to motivate yourself to reach any goals that you have for your own life. So that's when this kind of really started to occur to me, and I kind of started changing things around. So my first, I'll go over kind of how my process here. I have 3 different ways I go about goals here a little bit. So I have my daily goals, I have quarterly goals, and then I have a whiteboard down here that's kind of more of a brainstorm place where I write down my goals. So I kind of go over each so you can have an idea of what I do. So, and just to be clear, there's many different ways to go about doing this, so you can kind of find what works for you and just do that, really. So daily goals, I've been doing this for a while. My first one in here is October 2019. And this is going to be a mixture of just the things you need to do every day to maintain your life. It's going to be, go get your oil change done, go get your groceries, go to the gym, whatever it is, put those things on the list that you need to get done. But you want to make sure to put down at least one thing that's going to lead to, a larger goal that you're trying to go for. If you can just get that one thing done, that's most important to you, that's going to move you forward towards that goal. So that's what you want to do. And it's funny, the act of actually writing down what you need to get done and then actually checking that off, you get a little hit of dopamine, and so that makes you feel good about getting something accomplished, and it motivates you to do it again and again and again and again and again and again. And that moves you forward, basically an upward trajectory in your life towards your own goals. So daily goal list, I do this every single evening. I try and set my day up for the next day so I can get up and I know exactly what I need to get done, and I do it. And, because if I don't do it, then, things are just kind of, floating around in my head and nothing really gets done, and it's not as, doesn't move me forward quite as well. So that's that one. So I also have a quarterly journal, or not quarterly goal setting planner here. And I borrowed this from David Osborne from davidosborne.com. And he is a real estate personal development influencer. So I started doing this in Q3 of 2020, so in July. And what I do is do this every quarter. And it's broken up into 7 different sections of life, and I'll go through them here. So the first one is relationships. The second one is spiritual and contribution. The third one is intellectual, educational, and personal growth. 4th is physical, nutrition, and health. 5th is tribe and environment. 6th is lifestyle and adventure. And 7 is career, investments, business, financial. And you can set goals, in any area of life. And if you have an area that you're really trying to move forward and really make progress, you're going to have more goals in that section. So for instance, I'm trying to push right now more in the career, investments, business, financial section. So I have, I think currently, I have about 7 bullets, 7 goals for that quarter, for this quarter. And in the other areas, I have 3. But you need to have something in each section, because you don't want to just completely, disregard all the other areas of life and just focus on one, because that's not going to be very balanced life and not very happy, because you're going to be weighed too heavily on one area of life. So, go through and put at least 3 bullets on other areas. So like relationships, like put down 3 things that you could do to improve or, build your relationships, a little bit more solid. So, I have on here like keep in touch with friends and family. So, I called a couple friends of mine that I haven't talked to in years, just a few days ago, because it was on my list. And that's kind of how it works. You just kind of write these things down and they kind of float in the back of your mind, and then you actually do it because you've written it down and put intention behind it. Spiritual contribution, I have on here like going for hikes, because I really like, going out on hikes in nature, and it just kind of fills me up and energizes me, for the next projects that I'm working on and stuff. Educational, just trying to learn more about everything, learning, about construction, anything I can about digital marketing and stuff like that. Physical nutrition, I'm going to the gym all the time, trying to fix, muscle imbalances and things like that. So I'm working with a physical therapist to get things situated there. Lifestyle adventure, trying to get out, and what I'm thinking of doing is renting an Airbnb with maybe a few friends, and just kind of having a fun weekend out, maybe go camping. So all these different things that you can plan each quarter to really have fill out your life in a really healthy way. But obviously I have all my goals on the investments and business financial side. So that's got a little bit more. That's got 7 bullets. And that's what I'm kind of leaning more now. But, in the future, that might shift. I might shift away from business financial, and, maybe at some point I really need to focus on relationships or, my physical health, whatever it is. So that's kind of how I break it down with this list of goals here quarterly. And the last one I have here is I just have like a large whiteboard. And this is kind of my brainstorming whiteboard. So I'll just sit down and it'll just be completely blank, and I'll just think about, what do I want in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and just, the sky is the limit. You can think whatever you want and then just write it down if it sounds like something you would really want to shoot for. And, some things could be 5 years down the road, some might be 3 months down the road. But just like completely brainstorm, no limits or anything, just write down whatever comes to mind, whatever sounds, that interests you. Write it down. And then at that point, you can break it down into the quarterly goals. And then from there, you break it down into your daily goals. And that's kind of how this process works. So I just start with the large brainstorm, then I move it to quarterly, and then I move it to daily. And so that's kind of how my process works to reach my goals. And it really does help to write these things down, because for whatever reason, when you write it down, it just seems like it's more likely to come true. I can't tell you how many times I've looked back at old goals, from I don't know, a year or two ago, and looked at a long list of goals. And I haven't looked at that list in many months. And it's funny. It's like, dang, I did all of those, and I didn't even realize it. So it's like it just goes in the back of your mind, and it sits there, and it just kind of comes to fruition, on its own almost. So that's how I go about it. I hope that was helpful for you, and hopefully it'll help you reach your own goals and put a process to it and make it happen. So if you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.